Hi, it's Neil Waterhouse. Most of you all heard about the 80-20 rule, which of course is known as the Pareto principle. However, many people don't realise you can use this universal rule in almost any aspect of your life to improve your results by a factor of 5. You can use the 80-20 rule when building businesses, improving your health, creating joy and happiness in your life, improving relationships, building wealth. No matter what task or goal it is, the 80-20 rule can be used to 5x the results. Of course, though, the 80-20 rule is not always 80-20. Sometimes it can be 90-10 or 84-16, but the concept is always the same. And by the way, the concept originally came from the economist Pareto when he observed back in, don't quote me, I think it's 1890, I'm pretty certain it's 1895, that 80% of Italy's land belonged to only 20% of the population. He later discovered that virtually all economic activity was subject to this Pareto principle. It was later, though, discovered that the 80-20 rule comes into play with many other things, including nature. For instance, 20% of the bean pods produce the majority of peas. The rule also says that 20% of your activities will account for 80% of your results. In a traditional business, 20% of your customers will account for 80% of your sales. With an online business, 20% of the products sold on any marketplace like eBay or Amazon account for 80% of the revenue. We've seen this over and over again. Same goes with building online businesses. This means that if you've got a list of 10 items to do, 2 of those items will turn out to be worth as much or more than the other 8 items put together. Bottom line is, the Pareto principle is the observation that most things in life are not distributed evenly. 20% of the input creates 80% of the result. Some examples are, with an online eBay or Amazon business, 20% of the products create 80% of your revenue. With optimization, 20% of the optimization techniques gives 80% of the results. With staff, 20% of the workers produce 80% of the result. In other words, to speed up success with anything, always focus on the aspects that give the 80% return. Always remember the 80-20 rule acknowledges the imbalance in the effort and results, and it allows us to use that imbalance to our advantage. The best part is that, let's say you've got 10 tasks to do, 1 or 2 of those tasks will contribute 5 or 10 times the value of all the other tasks on your list. Often one item on a list of 10 things to do can be worth more than all the other items put together. That task is invariably the one that you should do first. But the most valuable tasks are often the hardest and most complex, but the payoff rewards for completing those tasks can be massive. It's for this reason you must adamantly refuse to work on tasks in the bottom 80% where you still have tasks to do in the top 20%. Before I begin any task, I always ask myself, is this task in the top 20% of my activities, or is it in the bottom 80%? That's all for this week. Please scroll down, leave me a comment below. Until next week, list more, sell more. This is Neil Waterhouse.